Now, I have to jump about something that I've seen you are doing very interesting. I think it's very innovative on my side. You guys from OHS organization, you are involving members of the parliament. And now, can I hear it from you? Like, why are you involving the members of the parliament in the fight against AMR? And what did you see, and how is it going so far?
Yeah, so I think it's, as you said, it's an innovative way. It's a, I can say it's a new way to do in this side, like low middle income countries. But I think it's something that also I've learned from the UK. I think this will be a discussion of another time. For me, chevening also was more for exposure and academics. So I can say 50 academic, 40 academic, 6 exposure. So I got a chance to be invited to the UK Parliament, and I got a chance to sit in some of the discussions. So they have this they call all part parliamentarian groups, where all parts are coming together to advocate. So now living behind their differences in parties, coming together to advocate maybe for malaria. You can see there is an all-party group for malaria in the NTD. They have AMR convoy. So I got a chance to attend and see the way they advocate. And when you meet an MP, member of parliament, from in the UK chamber, they know stuffs. Even me, as a master of global health, some of the stuff I don't. And I was like, you're just a mbunge, you're just a politician. Why do you know so much about this thing? So that's where I realized that they have system behind them, they have people behind them who digest the evidence and empower them, so that when they stand, they talk with evidence and they talk with data, so that they can influence decision. They're not talking about rumors that's going on around. They have evidence. So that's also triggered this establishment. So going to Tanzania, we can also do that. I know our qualification for being member of parliament are not the same with UK, but we try to see how best we can empower our members of parliament to advocate for AMR. And this is very critical, because imagine for 5 years we've been implementing National Action Plan without political will. And we as scientists, I can say, as professionals, you can say, me and you now, we are talking about AMR as a very big problem. We have a sense of it in our hearts. But the community, trust me, the community has nothing to do, and has nothing, know nothing about it. And they are in no hurry to change, because they can't see it. They can't even sense the presence of AMR. So member of parliament will help us now to talk in another language now, in a language that's not scientific to the community. That's because they are representative of the people. And second thing we need now, as we talked a little bit earlier, that we need strong regulations, we need laws, we need legislative that guide us strictly how to behave when we have antimicrobials from the top level to the community. People that advocate for the policy change, the policy development, are member of parliament. So we needed to involve them because we want the changes. We can have all the evidence, but we can't stand inside the parliament and raise the questions. We don't have that authority. So we use MPs as our mouthpiece to speak. And also the third reason, they are politicians. We know we might hate politics, but we also need to use at our advantage. So we know politicians have a lot of audience, big audience, a lot of people following them, and they get to the stage that we, as maybe pharmacists, doctors, me and you, maybe data science, we will never be invited to those audience or to those rooms. So we need to have our champions going in those rooms, influencing about now financing and everything. So that's why we tapped it, and it's coming very good now, because it's the first platform of member parliaments in Africa. It's the first one, and it's only the third in the world. and now we are looking at making it regional. So we have started actually last few weeks discussion with stakeholders to do it regional, because it's easy when you have a regional platform for the policymakers, so that it's not only one country. So our next move is to make it regional, and that will be next year actually. So we will be looking to have a member of parliament representative from different countries in Africa, forming a platform that will advocate for AMR in the region, African region. Of course, the WHO member states.
Okay, I would like to commend you on that once again. It's something very innovative. When I saw it, I was puzzled. I was asking myself, like, what is it? But then later on, when I kept on like trying to see what you guys are doing, and now I've heard from you about the progress and everything, I think it's something that we really needed. And you have just talked about the role of sharing knowledge in a simple way to the common citizens, to the normal people, maybe who are not aware so much of this pharmaceutical stuff. And I just started to think or remember about a couple of initiatives that I've seen in Tanzania who have used those different kind of innovative means to share knowledge. And there is, I think you have ever heard of Jamii Medical Awareness, that they are using animation. Um, um, who
Yeah.
else? Afia they're using animation as well to convey health education. And recently I saw you guys launched was it the software? This software, is it called AMR Stewardship? Is it an app, a mobile app? And I asked you about it. I think you
Yeah.
remember. And now this draws us to the role of innovation and technology when it comes to AMR. And I just want you to comment on that. Do you see as a country, as Tanzania, have we advanced enough when it comes to technology? And when I say technology, basically I mean digital technology. What advances do you see as far as AMR is concerned? And like, do you think we stand a chance to do something with it? And what can we do more to advance into that perspective?
I think commenting on the situation of digital technology, especially in AMR, as you mentioned, you realize all the initiatives that you mentioned are coming from an NGO point of view, youth playing part of it. So I think we have a chance in a sense that we have very active youth, especially in Africa. Everywhere you go, you'll be given that appreciation that Tanzania, we have youth that are really working in it, especially in the medical field. I think we are very far compared to and also the system that allows us to, innovate. But I think there is something we can do more in terms of absorbing these technologies, the initiative, and supporting them. Now I'm talking about from now government point of view, ministry and everything. Most of the time you find this as you already mentioned, coming from the youth, coming from NGO parts. But now they need to be nurtured, they need to be supported. So they need to be supported so that they can now be like, country innovations, it's like owned by the country, supported by the government. These youth need to be put into system, need to have funding, maybe need to scale up and everything. But we are good. We are doing fine in terms of trying to innovate, trying to be active. But we can do more in terms of supporting this initiative now to grow, because we are talking about Jamii Medical. It's from there, back when we are in universities. By now it should have been like a national something. After they've been doing that since then. We could support. Maybe they could develop a full series of AMR and be aired in our national televisions, and we have a lot of televisions, airing a lot of animation that they might not be of such importance. Oh, the animation from the African as well. We have also, so I'm talking about supporting these initiatives so that they can be sustainable and they can, reach more people. But we are doing fine in terms of having those seats out there.
Yeah, I miss it. We've been talking about AMR for quite a long time right now, and I'm not even sure if people like watching or listening, they find pharmacists interesting anymore.